Hello, happy Friday. We are live. Sorry, I started a little bit later than I wanted to, but I was making videos and readings, and so I had to change my time. All right. These are going to be quick ones. Aries through Pisces. We have the new moon Taurus this weekend, and setting our intentions. So I'm just going to do a quick pull for each zodiac, the energy, the challenge, what might come through this weekend, and maybe, well, I'm not going to tell you guys what to set your intentions for, but it's definitely a good weekend to do that. And I am doing super chats after Pisces for whoever's live with me. So I won't be staying on long today. It is Friday. So just know that get on now, super chat, whatever you want to do. And that starts right after Pisces. All right, let's get this party started. I've had a long week. I want the weekend. Aries, what's one or two things you need to know for this weekend? The energy, any challenges, what's coming towards you? All right. I see the Five of Pentacles. So obviously it could be something around money and your worth, your health, something changing, something shifting, something maybe looking more positive than you expected. There could be a turnaround, something to do with maybe finally somebody paying you back something. Somebody owes you time. I am seeing here the Three of Cups. So whatever mood you're in, looks like it won't last long. Like somebody's going to bring a smile to your face this weekend, whether getting some information through a friend, hanging out with a friend, support from a friend, or reconciling with somebody. It's somebody confessing they have feelings towards you. But the Three of Cups is saying you're going to be feeling good and celebrating some good news here this weekend. And this could be going out to a surprise get together with some people, making plans to get together. Maybe some of you worried about financials, but for some reason I am hearing that the finances are going to be covered and everything's going to be good. So there could be maybe even an opportunity, job opportunity that comes your way too. I got the Empress card. So again, something is being planted this week, and it's definitely around some issue around money, health, finances, and around somebody putting in the effort because your worth is showing up. And I see the Page of Pentacles. So it does look like somebody here putting forth a little bit more effort. All right, let's see. We have my Taurus says, happy birthday, Taurus. Taurus gets 333. What a good number today. All right, Taurus. Hello, Gigi. Hello, Angel. Hello, the girl. Hello, Lisa. I forgot to say all my highs to everybody. I just jumped right in. Taurus, happy birthday. You still got some time here. And we have your new moon coming in, Taurus. All right, so let's see this weekend. Get one or two energies. What's coming towards you? Any challenges? Any good stuff? All right. This is your new moon. You got the Five of Pentacles too. So it's like, what's changing in your finances? And it's all about you, what you're expecting. Maybe you're expecting the worst of something to happen, and that's about to turn around for you. You have a person, very influential person. You may be making a new connection this weekend. If there has been some confusion or uncertainty around the seriousness of a relationship, the security of a relationship, that looks like you're going to get, some clarity there. Maybe somebody making an offer this weekend or deciding to step up and be a little bit more responsible. This is your energy. It shows me that this is about you, your own personal self-identity, the things you need, the things you want. So you could be leveling up. This is an increase, maybe buying something for yourself, maybe carrying yourself differently. You could be gaining an opportunity through a friend due to how you've put yourself together recently. Maybe somebody's noticing something about you and seeing where your worth, you could be of value to somebody's job or somebody's life. All right, so Taurus, it's about your body too, and it's about money, it's about saving, it's about opening up a little bit too this weekend and not being so rigid, not being afraid to lose control a little bit. All right, so this weekend is asking you to maybe even celebrate a little bit some win that you might be having. And I'm going to just throw it in, go and have some fun, spend some time with family. That's what I got for you. Happy birthday. Maybe you're celebrating your birthday this weekend. All right. It's not Gemini's birthday yet. I put that up because it's going to be changing. Let's see, Gemini, 6, 30, 26. Hello. Gemini time. Yeah, let me get a good shuffle. All right, Gemini. I know it's not your birthday, Gemini. I had it up too soon. I don't know what I was thinking for the weekly all signs. And we're just doing the next couple days. So that's next week for you. But we'll give you everybody a heads up that your birthday is coming in. And look at that, the sun card showing up. Maybe some of you guys celebrating early. All right. Or you have somebody in your life, Leo, Taurus, maybe you're celebrating something with them. I see falling in love, Gemini, and this is you looking good. All right, so something potent about you and about being authentic and expressing yourself, and some happy news coming your way. All right, so this weekend could be getting out, going out in the sun, being outside more, going somewhere, outdoors activity with somebody. There's a blessing coming your way in disguise. It could be from doing something fun and going somewhere. And when you least expect it, you're just kind of doing your thing. So I am seeing here growth this weekend, something growing. So a relationship could be growing for you this week, but that's my hell yes. So something, a surprise could be coming in and somebody could make you very happy this weekend. You have the star cards. So you have the sun and the star. I don't know. I guess this is the start, the pre-show. We'll call it the pre-show for Gemini. Something coming together for you. You've been maybe wanting something secretly, right? And you're ready to experience it. Maybe you're ready to go after something. Maybe you're ready to express yourself. Maybe it's time that you let go of something and you go after your dreams. So I really do see something sparking up for you this weekend that is going to get you focused more on where you could go and how big things could get, or you're bringing new hope to a situation as well, Gemini. So the sun and the star, you can't get better than that. I'm feeling like, and you get the strength card. All right, so this is 24/7. Somebody may be thinking about you. This is something that's been growing and it's going to continue to grow. But this is morning and night. So you may be spending the weekend with somebody, waking up. Maybe it starts during the day and it goes into the night. Or you just end up, you have to have some sort of self-control with that strength card and not go home with somebody. That's what I got for you, Gemini. All right, Cancer. Cancer. That was kind of fun. All right, Cancer. Let's see this weekend. I loved the Gemini. That's good. All right, Cancer. Let's give Cancer something good this weekend. All right. Oh, come on. 7 of Swords. All right. Facing some truth or something hidden coming to light, right? You know, maybe something you already knew and you're finally seeing the truth about something, or somebody slips and says something they shouldn't have said. It could be something simple like that, you know. It's like somebody can't lie anymore. All right, somebody's been lying, maybe acting like they don't care. They're not worried about anything, but that's BS. I'm calling somebody's BS on you this weekend, all right? Somebody may surprise you with return of a favor, make an effort this weekend, giving you back something you've loaned them. And I'm seeing the Knight of Cups, right? So there could also be a date incoming this weekend. And this is also you setting your intentions around what you really need or want in a relationship too, as well. And you know, again, the 7 of Swords, though, some of you may be lying to yourself about somebody, and you may be facing some sort of truth, or they say something, and maybe you're just losing hope in the situation because they're not giving you what you need either, because the 4 of Cups there. I don't know. So there could be some exposure this weekend. But the good news is there also could be just a love deepening. You could be going somewhere and somebody could be exposing their true feelings for you. All right. So I just like to prepare you for everything. All right. So new connection. I do see a water sign potentially coming in. This could even be a friend whose feelings are mutual, but starting to become more than just friends as well, too. All right, my Cancers. Leo. All right, Leo. Leo, 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 Leo. All right, you're over it. You're over something. You're over a job. You're over your boss. All right, you may be pissed off. You may be thinking about walking out of your job, leaving. You know, I have the Emperor and I have the King of Pentacles. Maybe you're sick of a couple people in your life. You're walking away, right? Or it's a partnership that's ending, that's financial. You know, you could be finally settling on something. Now, this doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be, for some of you, a partnership, and you're deciding to go your own ways. But you're taking your losses and you're going with it. Both of you, it's a win-win situation. It seems like whoever this is, you both want it and you feel good about the future, where things can go now. All right. So maybe you're just resolving some sort of difficult dispute between you and a coworker, a boss, or a partner, something like that. And I'm seeing the Death card. All right. So I am seeing something coming to an end, a partnership, an agreement. You know, and it could be just an ego battle. You know, you've been battling with somebody and you guys are both changing from it. Like I said, it looks like both of you, it's a win-win situation, and it's bringing in a new doorway, a new opportunity. So both of you kind of being able to resolve and reconcile a situation and come out a winner. All right. So I am seeing a relationship that is transforming in your relationships. You have the 7 of Swords too. It looks like finally, you know, getting the truths of a situation. You know, maybe you're hearing about something or somebody didn't follow through with a plan. But you are exposing, or somebody's being exposed this weekend with something that wasn't said or wasn't honest about something. Let me get one more for you. And I see the Queen of Wands. Look, Leo, it looks like you're coming out the winner, regardless of the situation. Maybe you're trying to figure out a relationship needs to end. You have options, you know, between a couple different people. But for some of you, I think it has more to do with work. That's what I'm getting. I don't think your relationship is of a highlight this weekend. I feel like something might be changing or ending when it comes to work. All right, so let's see, Leo, Virgo. All right, Virgo. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. All right, 6 of Pentacles for my Virgos this weekend. So again, somebody could be increasing your finances, returning something they owe you, reconciling a financial dispute, spending some time and effort where it's due, right? So somebody here realizing that the scales need to be balanced and things actually looking good. There could even be you're realizing you have extra money where you didn't think you did. The Empress, and I see the Page of Wands. All right, so something manifesting this weekend around, it could even be people in your life, mother and child, right? You may be getting a gift or given a gift this weekend. It could be something around the home. But I am spending time and having fun this weekend. So there could be some flirting going on this weekend as well, too. You may be taking a break from your responsibilities and going out and having fun. I am seeing doing something creative. All right. And managing what you got, taking care of what you got, maybe some self-care too. So some of you could be planning to go somewhere just to have some fun or just to take care of yourself. You may get a surprise through another person. You may meet somebody else. This can be a new relationship that is going from flirting phone calls to maybe something that can grow into something a little bit more real. I see authenticity. So if somebody is coming towards you this weekend, it feels like the fresh start beginning of a new relationship that you can trust. All right. So this is coming together for you. And I think it's time for my Virgos to finally be able to trust in a relationship. Now, if there's something around work or money, there's things are growing, keep doing what you're doing. Somebody likes what they see and you are increasingly growing with work. All right. Work is looking good. A gift could come in too from somebody younger than you. All right, Libra. Libra. All right, Libra. This weekend, give me a couple things for Libra to watch out for. I have a King of Cups showing up for you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So I do see this could be somebody in relations to home, your family, hanging out, getting together, doing something with the family. There could be a situation around family that resolves itself and you guys are feeling on the same page, feeling happy about what's going on. So you're spending time with family. There could be a new person that's entering your life that is going to influence your home life and influence your relationships, right? So It could be a friend, it could be somebody also that knows somebody through your routes where you go, places you go, and there could be an event that you're invited to. I'm seeing the Six of Cups show up. So I'm seeing a very strong love and friendly vibe around you this weekend. Maybe you're being nostalgic. This could be you thinking about somebody that you want to talk to. You could reach out to somebody. Somebody could reach out to you. But it's mutual. It feels like a lot of good energy around you in a relationship. So this weekend, you could be around people that make you feel good. There could be somebody that wants to be around you, wants to hang out, wants to come over. Maybe you're inviting friends over. Maybe you're getting an invitation to go out with somebody. And there's a conversation. We can talk about, the things that we want. And I'm also seeing reminiscent about some place that you went or something that you did together. So in forgiveness, if some of you, there could be something going on with your family, your home, where there is some sort of healing happening, or we're finally resolving a situation that, and can't we all just get along? And it looks like this weekend, maybe that is the opportunity for everybody to just get along. You could be bringing somebody home, or somebody could be bringing somebody home that they're getting in a relationship with. All right, my Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, let's look at this weekend for you. Let me see. Give me something good for my Scorpios. I got the star. All right, Scorpio, your wish is my command. All right, the star card, seeing the bigger picture. All right, seeing you got some good energy right here. There could be something, a doorway opening up that you didn't even inquire about. Wouldn't that be nice? That's unseen. So there's something lurking in the background that is trying to come through, but it's just not quite baked yet. But there could be money, a new job, new offer, new opportunity. And, I'm just seeing that it's not ready to be seen just yet. The star card is looking like some of you are starting to see expansion in your life. This weekend, you may have some new ideas or dreams, come into your mind. Things, you might be finding some newfound hope in a situation that you're connected to. But you have some great energy of alignment this weekend, which is, it feels like you and another person, you feel pretty content and happy with what's going on. You could be minding your business, doing something, hanging out. This could be a nighttime show, going somewhere, and you're in the spotlight and you're seen, right? So if you do get invited to go somewhere at night or go to a show or something like that, I would see what's out there. It looks like you'll be, somebody's noticing you, somebody's watching you. All right. So I'm also seeing let down your guards a little bit with that strength card. I have the Magician card here as well, too. So you're very attractive. Somebody's very attracted to you this week. This weekend. All right. Something you're working on, it looks like you're doing the right thing, right? So if you're working on a project, you got something, it's looking good for you, and it's very promising and has a lot of potential. For those of you, I feel like I'm picking up on a single Scorpio reading. If some of you are thinking about going out and feeling like this is your night, this is your weekend, you may be really attracting a lot of people and a lot of potentials in. All right. So go out this weekend. If that's what you're doing, you have plans. And I even have the Three of Wands. It's like, get out and go, get out of your comfort zone. You could be making plans with somebody here to travel or go somewhere as well. If you're with somebody, you may be discussing or taking a spontaneous trip to go somewhere, maybe just a road trip, you know, out of state or something. Somebody could, this is an indicator too, somebody that you've been waiting on to may finally, you know, answer the call, answer the phone. There it is. All right. Let's see, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. I ain't going anywhere yet. Not happening. But I wouldn't tell anybody where I was going. You know, find me. I go where there's solitude. All right. Let me just fix these timestamps here because that was 19. So it's 20. And Sagittarius is 26. All right. I don't think I'm hard to find. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Let's see this weekend for you. We want something good. Sag. Why is everybody getting the Seven of Swords? Come on. Queen of Swords. All right. Ace of Wands. What are you holding back? What do you need to say to somebody? You need to call somebody out? All right. Are you hearing about something? Is something from the past pissing you off again? But I'm seeing bullshit, and I'm seeing, you know, something's bullshit, and maybe you need to, or you're talking bullshit, right? But you know, the Ace of Wands is here too. Like something's lighting you up. Maybe you're not being honest with yourself. Let's not be so. I'll be nice. It looks like something's really lighting you up, but lighting yourself up. But are you lying to yourself about something? Are you afraid? And are you just afraid to let down your guards here because you don't trust? Maybe you don't trust the situation. I don't know. Let's see. Some truth could be exposed this weekend. And I am seeing the Four of Wands here. So there's something happening around home, something going on at the house. Maybe you do have to speak up, say something, or somebody's finally gonna, you know, a family secret, something coming up this weekend. But you could get invited to go somewhere. Watch out for jealousy. I'm feeling like maybe you're going somewhere and somebody's going somewhere and there's a little jealousy or somebody's jealous of you. All right. If you're feeling any awkward energy, okay. But I am seeing there's an opportunity this weekend to really have a good time and have fun. And you have the Page of Swords. There's an invitation coming in. Maybe some of you are mad because you think that you're not going out or you didn't hear from somebody. But it looks like last minute somebody will have an excuse or a reason why they didn't text you. So your plans may finalize. Your plans may actually come through. But at first, it might piss you off. Hold on a sec. I'm losing my voice. So I do see that you have incoming communication this weekend. It may stress you out. You could get frustrated. You might not, somebody might make an excuse or, you might not believe them at first, but I'm seeing, hear them through. Somebody may have went quiet on you and they were just by themselves, didn't know what to say or what to do. But if you have delayed messages, try not to expect the worst. All right. I do see a possibility of you guys getting together and going somewhere. Or an event happening long distance, and there could be that could be the only thing. Maybe you're wanting to go somewhere long distance. Is it something crosses your mind? All right, Capricorn. $30. All right, Capricorn. King of Wands showing up. Some of you got a fire sign. I see mom. I see a relationship growing this weekend. But I also see stop over explaining yourself to this person or trying to figure, read into everything with this person. This person got their eyes on you. All right, this person, maybe you don't trust this person. You got the Empress card, the Five of Swords, you see the potential, but you're just like, I don't know if I can do this again. But the relationship, you may see signs this weekend. It looks like somebody's trying to clear something up with you. They want to see both of you happy. They see a future with you, this person. And so if you are dealing with a little bit of conflict with your person, you guys will get through it. There's a lot of love there. See, if this is a new person and you just don't trust them, I'm getting the Strength card. I feel like, all you can do at this point is just try and be yourself, be authentic. But it does look like this person's being authentic with you as well. All right. So whoever this is, this could be a new person entering your life and, trying to get to know you. But you may be just, they could be giving you mixed signals, or you're trying to read into something too fast, too soon. And it's just a matter of patience with this one. It does look like somebody is very attracted to you, and maybe that your person is just, it's hard for them to be vulnerable, right? But you're pulling somebody towards you, and you're very magnetic right now. So, and this could be a new relationship, or if you're having conflict with somebody in your life, it just feels like sometimes pride gets in the way, and your person, though, it's inevitable. They're a bond to you, and they're going to try to resolve something with you. All right, let's see. Aquarius. All right, my Aquarians, where are you at? Aquarius, sun, moon, rising. Hello. All right, this weekend, Two of Pentacles, got some stuff going on here, and the Seven of Pentacles. So it feels like you're just grinding, you got to get it going on. Some of you could be contemplating choices about where you put in your time, where you put in your money, or you're just getting sick of the grind, right? And you need to take a break. Some of you could be working. Yeah, and there's potential, making decisions about love and work. Maybe you're not feeling content or happy with either. And so it's like, but I am seeing here, though, that, it's just a phase. Things are moving forward. You're still building something here, or building something with someone. So let's take a look. Star card for you. All right. It's, maybe you're just dealing with the same old is what I'm feeling. What do you really want? Right? This weekend, you might be really, you might feel overwhelmed this weekend and so sick of juggling and your schedule, sick of inconsistencies with people. I mean, something might push you. It seems like there's a lot of resistance for a reason. It feels like, you might be doing a lot just to keep yourself busy out of boredom, but you're actually wearing yourself out. And things might come to a head where it finally makes you think about what you really want and desire. So this weekend is the new moon in Taurus, and it is about manifesting. So it feels like if you're unhappy here, it looks like it's happening to show you what you need to shift in your life. But I am seeing here alignment. If some of you are just busting and grinding and working, you are looking towards better days, because what you're doing now is going to make you happier in the future, like whatever you're working on right now. So you're being asked to just keep on going, right? Don't slow down. You know, it's like what you're doing now is definitely going to pay off. All right. But remember what you're fighting for and what you're working towards, and make sure it's in alignment with what your true goals are. You don't want to waste your time. So if you're wasting your time on people, you know, and you're getting nowhere with them, that's not getting you anywhere you're trying to go long term. You could have something amazing happen this weekend too. This does tell me that something from the outside world, communication or something, could enhance your future goals. It could change your future goals. All right. So somebody may influence or say something or show you something that intrigues you. There it is. I couldn't get it out of my mouth. All right. Pisces. All right, Pisces. Pisces, let's see this weekend. Tell me a couple things about Pisces for this weekend. All right, you have the Magician. All right, so you are making it happen. All right, be intentional with your words this weekend. Be intentional with your wants. Be intentional with your desires. You know, it seems like you're giving off a good vibe. You're very magnetic. If you're new, I mean, if you're single, there's a lot of newness around you. You're looking good. There's communication. You know, and it does look like you're getting ready to start something new. So there could be somebody who's trying to get your attention this weekend, and they want to make it work. So somehow or another, you're going to make it work. You have more influence over your situation than you realize. And it's about thinking about other ways around your problems, right? Because this is telling me here that if it's meant to happen, you can make it happen this weekend. I see the Six of Cups. You might be manifesting in a soulmate. This could be the start of a new relationship. Somebody is feeling the pull towards you. Somebody's feeling very attracted to you. Somebody might be talking to somebody else and be reminded of you. Some friend could be talking about you behind your back in a good way, telling another friend about you, and this is the start of a relationship. It just seems like words getting around. If you're newly single, or words getting around, somebody really falling for you. All right. Big moment this weekend. Some of you might even decide to initiate, take action towards somebody. You might reach out to somebody. And for some of you, you could end up reconciling with somebody that you want to reconcile with. You might reach out and say, hey, maybe we can talk. All right. I love you guys. And now I'm going to go on to the super chats. But I'm only going to do the ones I have. I might take one or two more, but it's Friday. And let's go. Questions starting now. Thank you. All right, Mr. Randy. So I can see, I am friends with the Sag who's unsure, and a Gemini. Rebecca, let me see. This is who, all right, I forgot to even update. Let me see. I'm sorry about that. I kind of just jumped right in, and Didn't clarify. So I have Randy, I have Brianna, I have Abigail, I have Cindy G, I have April, and I have Rebecca. I do see you. So that is who I have. You guys are all on the list. And if anybody comes in while I'm doing these ones, I'll take a couple more, but I'm putting the questions closed up right now. I can't use cards. Hello. Hello. All right, so Randy, you're friends with a Sag who's unsure and a Gemini who's sure, even though it's been 2 years since when it's Aries. I have a feeling there's unfinished business with the Aries. There's no question here. What's the question? Randy, are you here? I need to know, I'm going to wait for Randy to come back, but I need questions, guys, when you're doing these super chats, because these aren't like long personal readings. These are like, I have to take what you're saying, what you're asking, and look at the cards. And so not guessing. Love you. All right. Brianna. Let me put up, actually, give me a second to put the timestamps up on the other one so everybody knows where. Just give me 2 seconds. All right, I'm just putting the timestamps in here. All right, what are you missing? What did I do? I want to know Tyrone's intentions for me, if any. Will we ever become a couple? Yeah, if he comes in, I need to know what his question is. All right, Brianna. All right. 2 of Pentacles, overall energy. So this can answer both your questions. I want to know Tyrone's intentions for you, if any. And right now it's in the early stages, you know, to know for sure. It's inconsistent. But there's a chance, because you guys are getting to know each other, or you guys have a lot of differences and you're just trying to figure each other out. So it can be kind of an on again, off again situation, but it also can be sometimes it seems okay and sometimes it's not, it's like, but it's like sometimes people grow on each other, or, but they obviously saw something or some potential in this connection, because, they're giving it something, they're feeling something. Maybe both of you have a lot going on, or there's another situation going on with one of you or both of you, and that could be the roadblock, but it doesn't mean that things couldn't figure itself out. I mean, there's always a way. Things, could change. And you're definitely like a yes for, like, if he wouldn't have walked through the doorway or thought of you as an opportunity if he didn't see quality. you know, but there just could be a lot of variables between the two of you, you know, when you're trying to vibe together or mix, you know, figure out if you guys have enough in common. You know, it's just sometimes we can be so different. We don't know how this will work, but sometimes these are the best way relationship starts. So, and with the, will you ever become a couple? You know, at the way things are right now, you know, things could grow on their own organically if you guys were around each other, or you guys are still kind of seeing each other every now and then. Something's growing. There's been a seed planted. So there is potential for this to become a couple, but that also relies on, anything can change at any moment, depending on, you know, what you choose to do. You know, that's the only thing about trying to predict some sort of long-term outcome of a situation. But right now, there is potential for it to grow. All right, I have Ace of Swords. Their intentions right now seem to be authentic, or they seem to be being real with you. They're showing themselves. So trust what you see, first and foremost. You know, it's like, it seems pretty open and clear. Sometimes this card will tell me maybe there are some challenges at first right now because of communication. You know, we're still trying to figure things out, like I said. But it does feel like the undertone is honesty, clarity. And it's still new. Maybe this is too new to really figure it out, or maybe it's a new situation. You guys are trying to rediscover each other, or I don't know the context behind you guys. So, now, you know, it's like the attraction and the chemistry between the two of you is real. And so there's no doubt that their intentions isn't to sleep with you or have fun with you. That's clear. There's chemistry there. But will this ever become a couple from this point? Again, right now, it would be stupid to say, for me to say that this isn't possible, because it is. But the amount of adapting, compromising, and time and pressure you might be feeling with this, and waiting and inconsistencies, you know, that's up to you whether or not something is worth it. What's the block? The Sun card. Another relationship, or just not expressing our true feelings? Have we just not gotten to a place where we feel comfortable? Is he not comfortable showing feelings? Or did you guys have a falling out and you just feel like the light's, you know, not on there? The light's not home. The romance has died out. You know, I don't know. I could answer this all different ways, because if you guys, what kind of relationship you are. But could this become a couple? And I'm seeing yes. But it's building, it's renegotiating, you know, don't sell yourself short. Don't overcompromise. If that's the problem, if you're always giving more and you're not getting back, that's where your joy is being stripped from you. You don't know if it's unrequited, if there's room to grow. You feel like it's not, maybe sometimes you feel like there's no growth, or there hasn't been any growth. So you're not seeing how this could turn out. Or maybe you feel like it's not, you know, like you're not sure. Maybe you're questioning whether or not you're truly, really in love. But you're getting some really good cards here of somebody that, you know, could potentially be a really good match for you. But if they're in a stage where the Knight of Wands, they just want to kind of me, kind of very ambitious, doing their own thing and wanting their freedom, you know, and not ready for commitment, this could be where you're being challenged with the patience. Whether or not what you want to do with that is up to you. This can show that in time, they will maybe learn to appreciate, or maybe give more, or maybe just get to know you more, and your bond will just grow stronger. So there is potential for that. 7 of Cups, the possibilities are open here. I wouldn't shut you down in this case to say there's just not enough evidence that this couldn't turn into something long-term. It's what you're willing to compromise, you guys are both willing to negotiate. And it has to be fair on both sides. Sending you love. All right. All right, you wanted to know about the Gemini mostly, but what do you want to know? Because I know you like depth in your reading, and you're not giving me anything. You're not giving me anything to go off of. You have 2 questions here that you can ask. So just tell me exactly what you want to know about for each question, what you really want me to look at. Sending you love. I feel like the Hierophant. All right. Let's see, Abigail. What are you not seeing clearly? What's right in front of our eyes, right? And we don't see it. Let's see what I have for you. All right, what am I not seeing clearly? All right, King of Cups. Is there somebody around you, a Scorpio? So we have a Scorpio energy showing up for you, and the Tower card. I mean, what are you not seeing clearly is, how unstable the situation might be. They're not good for you right now. Things are kind of, falling apart for a reason. That doesn't mean that there's no, I don't know the outcome, right, or anything. But right now, it's like you might be dealing with somebody who's unstable. It's very chaotic. And if they're going through a lot of emotional shit, and you're trying to build a foundation as the tower's fallen. I think we talked about this yesterday. This is where sometimes I hear another reading I did for you in your reading. It happens to me all the time if I start doing it more often with you. But is this what I said to you yesterday? You might be trying to see clear in the darkness, and you can't see clearly right now when there's all kinds of dust and rumble and smoke all around, and it's too much noise and too much uncertainty to be able to fully know or feel or trust your intuition. All right, now I have the 6 of Cups and the Queen of Wands, and I have the High Priestess. So ultimately, I feel like you're doubting yourself due to the uncertainty of the mutual feelings being reciprocated, not knowing how they feel. And you're having to trust right now and not underestimate yourself. What you're not seeing is that you're very attractive, and this person finds you very attractive. And maybe maybe the space and the quietness between the two of you is what's making them more drawn to you. You know, the tower, when everything's fallen, you can't read that kind of information. You have to let something dissolve and before we try to figure it out, given something enough time. I see that the silence is going to bring reconciliation. But you may be feeling insecure, uncertain, or doubting, not trusting yourself because you're not getting the validation from them right now. What you're feeling is them leaving. You're feeling the tower. You're feeling the loss of things, which is what we feel when we don't know what's going on in a situation. We feel powerless. And that's just a feeling that's uncomfortable. And it's being able to sit with that uncomfortableness, knowing that whatever's changing is going to bring to light the actual foundation, if there is one, that you guys can rebuild on. Right? I just feel like the more you know your worth, the more you understand that during this time period. And I don't know, I'm getting the feeling too that this person is more attracted to you than you realize. But there was something that was said or some way you acted, or maybe they don't want to see you act a certain way, you know, and they will be back. They want to go back, or the way you guys met or the way you guys were. That could be it too. But I just think that you might be underestimating the fact that this person, when they think about you, have very good memories of you, or they think highly of you. What should you do? 7 of Pentacles. You know, same thing, different day. It's like you got to take a look at how much you're focusing on the situation, because the more we watch the clock, the longer it takes. And that the situation is still there, and it's still, there's another road you can take. You're going down another road, basically. And it's whatever you've been doing, or, you know, whatever you've been thinking, it's not working. And sometimes we just got to look in another direction for a minute if we can't be patient, or if it's keeping us stuck. We got to try to find something else to focus on. But you can see here too that there's still a future in this. Like, you'll hear from them again. Right? So your story's not over with this person. It's just the challenge is going to be for you the waiting period, the waiting game. And the part about that is that it's not good to wait. There's a way to do it without losing your desire, but not keeping yourself stuck, and then not losing faith is the key too. Not losing faith because you're not seeing results. It's the best that you're focused somewhere else. It's the best. All right. So, all right. So I'm just going to do thoughts, feelings, or the energy around each one. But the problem with not having specific questions, Randy, is that they won't resonate with you. I'll be vague, and I don't know what you're looking for. And so then I feel an energy of disappointment that comes through. Believe me, I can feel you guys' energy when you don't hear anything that makes you happy. That's why you have to let me know, what is it that you really want to know? What is it that you want me to pull on, you know, so you're not left feeling like, okay. Awesome, Abigail. All right. let's see. So show me the energy with Sag who's unsure. What's their biggest block and how they feel towards you? All right, you got the Knight of Pentacles, which shows me promise a little bit for both, but it's gonna take reevaluating who's worth the effort and who's not. I mean, you can take the easy route and just sit there and not give a shit and just wait to see who pans out. But if you're the one putting in the effort, or it's taking up mental space, or it's taking, you know, it's costing you financially, if you're spending money, you need to reevaluate who's worth the energy. Because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving knight. It means something is building between you and both of them, but it's going to take time. So you want to make sure that you're investing and not wasting your time. So Sagittarius is a head case. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just try and be funny to lighten things up. Sagittarius, it feels like maybe doubts themselves a lot. All right. You know, doubts the situation, doubts. I mean, they're not somebody that likes to take action, likes to jump into things. And if it's fun and it's quick or it's lighthearted, sure. But commitment, even Sag feminine energies, I just feel like if they jump in too fast, they're not staying, okay? If they're willing to jump in, and then I just feel like if they're questioning everything right now, I would say play it safe and not try to force it with the Sagittarius. To me, it feels like a lot of her concerns is being tied down or, you know, bored, you know, same old routine. And that feels like it fits right. You know, it's like, you know, Sag could be somebody that doesn't like to keep a routine. And I'm being general, but to me, that could be why they're slow to commit with anybody. What's their biggest block with this connection? The Four of Wands, commitment. Just uncertain if this is where they want to lay down their roots. If this is where they want to settle in. If they want to take it to the next step. Your Sag could have a lot of dysfunction from family too. Relationship. They may not trust, or they may complicate relationships. So I do feel like you're getting a kind of you're just getting somebody who's very cautious, but also has a lot of negative patterns that they've inherited. And so they may fear commitment. How do they feel about you? The Chariot card. They feel drawn to you, pulled towards you. They feel like this, you know, this has potential. It's like, you know, they keep showing up. Let me get one more with that one. And the Nine of Pentacles. So this has nothing to do without them thinking. All right. So they see there is a way for this relationship. This has nothing to do with them not valuing you. They see you as somebody who's very put together, very, you know, you're very focused, you're very well off maybe, or you're just stable and grounded and very attractive. I mean, they find you very attractive. So they are drawn to you but they could just get up in their head a lot. And, you know, so there is potential for this. Like I said, there is potential for this one here to move forward. I do see that they are drawn and have feelings towards you, and have a lot of respect for you. I'm not seeing a lot of, there's more fun, joy, fun, passion than romance, you know, but they are seeing the value in this connection. Now, Gemini, who's sure, even though it's been 2 years. All right. So Gemini, who's sure. So you know Gemini wants to connect with you. So Gemini, well, Gemini, look at that, Knight of Swords, that's Gemini's energy. So Gemini is it looks like knows exactly what they want, but is Gemini moving too fast for you? Because sometimes Gemini can be on a mission 1 minute, and then once it's conquered, see you later. I'm on the next. I'm only kidding. I'm not trying to work up your fears. But your Gemini seems to have her goals straight. Very focused. What's her biggest block or challenge? She needs to slow down. She gets overwhelmed easy. So she might take on more than she can chew, or react really quickly, or, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, regret some of her choices or her decisions. She could just be somebody who gets ahead of herself and needs to slow down. How does she feel about you? The Strength card. Maybe you're her rock. Maybe you bring her that comfort. Maybe she feels like you get her. All right. So I'm seeing the same thing here, but you are dealing with somebody who gets ahead of themselves. All right. And there is potential for both of these to grow. It's just going back to the beginning. It's who you know, and like I said, you could just sit back and let's see where they both go. But it looks like I don't want to say one needs to slow down and the other needs to, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I got. All right. I hope that helped. All right. Cindy. Cindy G. I got my phone. Sorry. All right. So I told my person I did not want to be in a casual dynamic anymore. Instead, I want something slow but intentional. I'm not sure if he's reflecting on it. We haven't spoken in a few days. Can you let me know what's going on? How come I might not be on the live? All right. Let's see. All right, Cindy. Let's get down to it. All right. So you're asking, you had the talk. You had the talk, you want something more serious, and you're not sure if he's taking it serious. You haven't spoken in a few days. You know, two things can be, you know, I don't know what to say. Maybe they are contemplating on it. But also maybe they're avoiding it. So let's see what the cards say. right, you have the Chariot here at the bottom of the deck too. So what's his energy right now? The High Priestess, maybe he is reflecting. It's like I had to smack the critic in me, the cynical person. Is it cynicism? I was like, you know, that's my own jadedness, right? I don't trust anybody. I'm playing. I'm just, I'm not, but I am. All right. So it does seem like they could be reflecting. So I do see the silence in his. What's his challenge right now with this? The Star card. He doesn't know what the hell he wants. All right. The challenge is right now, it's like he lacks a lot of faith or in himself with the relationships, or with, you know, maybe even thinking too far out. You know, and the silence right now could be he doesn't want to disappoint you right now. He doesn't want to give you disappointing news because he doesn't know exactly what he wants. But the thing is the casual relationship is giving him what he needs, you know, what he really wants, right? So if he's getting that, he doesn't have to worry about the future. If he keeps getting that, he can just kind of wait and see how it plays out. Maybe there is potential, but that's not good for you. That's not healthy for you. And you are expressing that by being here today, you know, and expressing it to him. And it's like the timing's off. Now you can hang out and want to wish and pray and stay in this and hope that it changes, and it may. But right now, if he's getting what he wants, it's just going to continue to disappoint you because he doesn't have to rush. He doesn't have to make a decision. He doesn't have to take on the responsibility, but he can get what he wants with you. So how does he feel about you? The Six of Pentacles. He has respect. He cares about you. He knows what you want. He thinks you deserve. And he also may even know that he just doesn't have the time or the energy to give to a relationship full time. And he knows that's what you need and what you want. So what's going on right now and the possible outcome with what's going on right now, because I can see that he's silent and he's just not wanting to disappoint you, because it's like, I'm not ready for commitment. I'm not ready to sign a contract, basically, and say, you know, let's do this. So I'm not going to say anything at all because it's not going to be what you want to hear. So the way things are now, you know, the Five of Pentacles, he may start to pull away a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's gonna change anything right now with his effort. You know, maybe there's a reason, there's external factors that say, I can't give you what you need right now. And so it's not that I'm not attracted to you, but I can't give you what you want right now, what you desire right now. That's the bottom line. So the way things are right now, it's like he knows what you want, but he's not giving it to you yet. Now, this doesn't mean that the outcome can't change. The outcome is showing that, you know, one, you could still be engaging in this connection and still, you know, getting what you can from it, feeling like it's one-sided. Or, you know, two, you just may be dealing with some, you know, space between the two of you, giving them space and giving it time for them to think about whether or not losing you is an option. You know, And I see the Two of Wands. So right now with the current energy, the way the outcome could be here is you have a choice. You could either continue to engage in this and it'll continue to do what it's doing and it's not changing much. It'll stay the same casual relationship. You know, no, you know, I'm answering that. It can go in either direction. Just scratch that. It can go in either direction right now, the outcome. It's too, here's my dilemma. They want this. They do desire you. They do like the connection with you. The problem is I can't give to you what you want. So you're giving me an ultimatum and basically is what you're giving him. And so the Two of Wands is more like, I don't know what to do. It's really kind of up to you. If you want to keep giving me the casual relationship, I'll stay. But the only other option is to go. And that's what I have. What should you do? The Seven of Wands, you know, hold your ground. If this is what you want, Cindy, you can't cave. The hardest part is this is where the Strength card would come in, is that you throw out there an ultimatum. You can't cave. You have to stick through it, no matter how long it takes for them to make a decision. They may test the waters and see if you really will stay quiet. Or if you come running back, they're going to realize that your boundaries were bullshit. They're going to get what they want. But if you know, defend your stance and don't take shit, no matter how long it takes, there's something here growing. There's something here about you. This connection is alive, but you may get them in the future to step up and honor it. Because if they don't want to lose you, believe me, they won't. They'll step up. That's what I got. All right. Sending you love. I have April and then Rebecca. All right. All right, Miss April, let me get your email. All right, so we're checking on Libra. You've been in minimal contact for over a month now, and on my B-Day, he sent me a very sweet message and asking to hang out this weekend. All right, let's see. He might be playing with you again, playing with your heart again. He knows how to work it with you. All right, let's see. You know, here's the thing, though. If you're okay with just hanging out and that's satisfying you and giving you what you want, I mean, maybe this is the way you roll with him. But if it's hurting you and it kills you every time it doesn't go in a different direction that you want, then that's where I would say I wouldn't even think about it. But if it is what it is and it's the kind of relationship and you accept it for what it is right now and that they're very inconsistent, you know, let's see his energy though. His feelings and intentions. All right, I have the Justice card, so there's a few things. It's the undertone here. And this is Libra, and, you know, there's a part of him that has a conscience. And, you know, maybe they do want to, they are being honest, and they do have a connection with you. And maybe they do know that they're, you know, where they go wrong, but that doesn't mean it's right. And then for you, it's like, don't justify their actions anymore. Just kind of like what I was just saying, like, it is what it is. If you can be okay with who they are and what they are, and don't get emotionally attached or invested in it, and you're really getting something from it, let it be. The more you don't care, this is where sometimes you have to be cold sometimes. It's like, let it be known, like, there's some boundaries, some laws here, there's some rules, and don't, I don't know, like, this is where you just don't got to give your best every single time in hopes that it's different, and just, you know, let them prove themselves to you. But they do have some sort of they do feel something, feel comfortable with you, feel something for you, like to be around you, like to be with you, but you know what you're getting yourself into. You already know the truth. The Seven of Wands is the boundary thing. All right. It's like you're playing with fire here, but I can see that you both have some sort of connection, that you both have unresolved with each other. But don't give in too easy. You know, let's see. Him, he does want to hang out with you. He does want to talk to you. He does have feelings for you. What's his biggest block? The Four of Cups. That's about all he can give. We've talked about this before. He's just not, he's not that available, and he's not, you know, he wants love when he wants love, and he's not capable of giving you what you really need. He's very unhappy and discontent, and could be bothered with putting in all, you know, how can he give to a relationship if he's not even feeling like he cares too much about what's really going on with himself? So really right now he's giving you what he can, but, you know, it's just not enough for you. And so I just wouldn't expect right now a huge turnaround from this person. How does he feel about you? The Page of Pentacles. You definitely grow on him. He definitely cares about you, but he has you kind of in the not in a friend zone, because he cares about you, but he keeps you very much in this phase of possibilities. He's getting to know you more. He's invested. Every time you guys see each other, he gets more invested. But this is, you know, minimal effort. No, it hasn't changed much. You know, so his feelings is that, but his intentions, the Page of Cups, he really does miss you. He really does want to hang out with you. He really does want, he must be, maybe he's Pisces Moony. I don't know. He's feeling the love right now, and it does feel like he does want to He's being real with you. But I'm just throwing the warning out there, the 5 of Pentacles. You might still be getting the same shit. It's going to be fun while it lasts, and then and I just feel like this person's just going to disappoint you again. So just going back to what I said earlier, it's like if you can release your expectations and if you can be okay and trust that they're just the way they are and give them room to do their thing, but you know, you gotta be truly okay with that kind of relationship. I'm just not seeing that much change. I know that there's somebody that is convenient. Maybe they're in a good mood today, good place today, or they reached out to you and now they want to make plans, but it's not consistent enough. So I'm just seeing, be cautious. What should you do? 8 of Pentacles. You know, you probably should just mind your own business right now. Go do your own thing and find something else to do or focus on work. So I'm not getting the best vibe for him. Yeah, that's the thing, April. I'm getting the same energy. I'm just not getting the best vibe from him. And if you're going in there with strong expectations, you're getting a page. I'm sending you love. All right. Okay, Rebecca, I see. And then this is your question. Let's see. Will my Gemini come back with an apology and change committed behavior? Oh, can't we only hope? All right. Let's see. You're the best. All right. So, Gemini, you're dealing with a Gemini first and foremost. Right now, I don't know. We don't know what to expect with Gemini energy. It can be so unpredictable right now. A lot of Geminis shape-shifting or, you know, trying to figure out who they really are and, you know, going through their renovations. And so, yeah, you know what? It could change tomorrow. You watch your mouth with us. I love you. You guys are in one of my most important houses. I want the best for you. I don't want no crazy shit being shaken up. All right. Let's see. So my gut instinct, Rebecca, is saying, you know, if you just don't try not to expect the worst, because they might even forget why they were mad, right? But you're asking for changed committed behavior. All right. So there's kind of a couple, that's a big whammy right there, because changed behavior, you're going to see a lot of differences, a lot of changes, a lot of behavior changes. And also you're talking about Gemini though too, who can adapt and change constantly. So that's my ADHD children. And that might take, I mean, I wish the best, right? You got to understand a personality type, and can you deal with it? Can you live with it? But now committed behavior is a different story. You can be an amazing Gemini who's got ADHD and still be in a committed relationship. So let's see his energy, where he's at. And hopefully he is returning and he is wanting to step up and really show up. He is in and out, says one thing and does very little. Yeah. So that's where I was kind of just going right there. Like, is he coming back, and will he be more responsible with your needs in the or what, can you guys accommodate what you guys both need in a relationship to where you both can feel safe? That's so responsible the way I said that. I'm getting good. All right, we got the Knight of Pentacles. Yes. I always have to show both sides because there's always different perspectives. I do see him returning in time. He seems to be somebody who shows up and does give it effort at first, but then it dies off. And I think you just said something like that. So he broken promises, but he does put forth the effort. So what are your expectations of this person? Are they too high for this person? Because it doesn't mean that you're wrong, but you might be like, I'm not asking for too much. But for him, it might be the whole world, oh my God, so are you just, you just don't lower your expectations for somebody. If you feel like you have pretty decent quality assured kind of expectations that most people should have, healthy. But it does feel like you are dealing with somebody that does come back, says a lot, says they're going to do a lot. They might overextend themselves, and then they fall off, it slowly dies off. And there it is, the Eight of Wands. Come in hot and heavy, and then it slows down. Says a lot of things, but doesn't always follow through. But I'm also seeing that they feel a lot of pressure to show up. And maybe you put a lot of pressure without realizing, or you do realize it, on commitment, and they know it. But there is potential. And I see the Two of Cups as energy. So he has feelings for you. So that's what's going to draw him back. And that is, possibly we need to talk. Let's talk about things. But we've got to have some sort of mutual understanding of both sides. And we got to work with each other. And, you're the one that has to make sure that no matter what they say, can you trust them? Because sometimes the Knight of Pentacles, if things are already moving that slow and inconsistent, you could get really sick and tired of that stuff too. Somebody coming in fast and then all of a sudden it's back to the same old. Their biggest challenge is their inconsistencies. They're all over the place. Your person naturally fears commitment. They really do I'm getting emotional reactivity too. So the anxiety and the pressure, inconsistent emotional reactivity with that card as a block. So maybe they're impulsive, emotionally reactive, and they jump the gun a little bit. And so they may say one thing and do another, like you said, because they may not always be telling the truth, and they know it, but it's almost like a habit. It's irritating. Maybe they say things because they want it to be true, but they're really uncertain about their own future, of what they really want. So that's the block right now. And the thing with you, if you're dealing with that, you've got to disconnect and not let their actions affect you emotionally, because this can pull you down in rabbit holes. and it can take you all over the place. So you can't let them, I mean, unless you enjoy the roller coaster ride, you've got, you know, I know you want emotional stability. You want stability. You want somebody to, and this is where, you know, what are you willing to compromise? Because you can't let somebody's actions and fears, you know, pull you emotionally everywhere. It's going to drain you. All right, so how do they feel about you? It goes back and forth. The Two of Pentacles. Let me see. And you, the Five of Cups. You know, so you're already expecting disappointment in this relationship. You know, you don't feel very happy. It does feel like a part of you tries and they know you want to make it work. You're pretty consistent. It looks like you would do whatever you needed to do to make it work. You want to make it work. You're ready to, I feel like you're, I don't know what your sign is that might, I mean, it just feels like you're very flexible. You're very considerate, and it's very overwhelming for you because a part of me wants to say, you don't deserve this. You deserve answers. You deserve consistency from this person. And a part of me wants to say he wants to do it, he wants to give it, but this moon card, and you know, he just won't commit to one thing and follow through. The fact that it disappoints you so much is another reason why he may pull away. You're an Aries. So this is what I'm going to say. I feel like you guys are both challenging each other in a lot of ways. There's more to come. There's too much going on with this moon card for you to read too much into the situation and make some definite decision about it. I would say for you, you know, try not to let it run your emotions, the uncertainty, because you got the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, and you know, there's just a lot to learn here and a lot to figure out, and there is a way to make this, you know, work and move forward, but you know, one that he has to figure out this, and you have to figure out that, and it's going to take time with this connection. So this isn't going to be a, you know, I wish it could be, you know, overnight, but sometimes maybe it's just so intense right now between the two of you during the learning period or during this adjustment period. You know, it can get so intense, but, you know, we get through this phase. This might be just a phase that you're going through. So don't get stuck on anything right now with that moon card. All right, that's what I have for you. So what should you do? Any advice? The Four of Cups. Do not let it define your worth. Do not let it dim you so much or let you down so much that you don't see the love, because there's no more you can really give. You've given everything you can. You got to start not letting it make you feel like a failure or not worthy or keep you stuck. All right, there's more to come. You guys, this is just a phase or an energy that'll pass. That's what I got for you. All right, I am going to shut down and see you later. I will have the weekend reading out Sunday for the next 7 days. I appreciate you guys hanging out with that one. It's a recorded one because I take my time with each sign, and I upload it. But it does help if you guys show up for it. and like it. It seems to be improving and getting some traction. So, and people seem to be enjoying it. So I love doing them. It'll be up on Sunday. You guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you all for being here with me today. You guys are awesome.